Alright guys, we are on the draw here. We are playing mono white control. This is a first. We wish the opponent good luck. They've kept and chosen to play first, and we're going to see how things go. And we're playing against a deck with planes also, so we'll see if that's good for us or not. Could be. Well, we'll see what the opponent's playing. I have no idea at the moment. I imagine they have a second color, but as I say that, we see a second plane, so I'm really not sure. Squadron Hawk, so this could be White Weenie versus Mono White Control. And if we've built our deck correctly, I think that would give us the advantage, but there's no guarantee that we've built our deck correctly. We do get to... Whoa. Oh. Wait, what? I think he just failed to search there. Whoa. That's not good. Well, we're definitely going to attack. Our Thraben Inspector does not block Squadron Hawk, and... Wow. Does not block Squadron Hawk. And obviously survives combat with it, barring any free tricks that opponent might have. So there's that. And we'll just cast this now in case we draw into some core Skyfisher action, which we might not even bounce that with Skyfisher. We might end up bouncing the Inspector himself. Okay, we got all the removal in the world, which for this particular matchup, probably not the worst thing to have. Now he failed to search. That's very interesting. I don't know what to make of that, and I'm going to sip some coffee, so I will be right back. Uh-oh, it's actually tokens. This could be a problem. Okay, so tokens definitely changes things here, and it's going to make our game a lot more difficult. So I think I want to play another Inspector, and I could live up Celestial Flare. I kind of want to save the Mortuary Mire, so maybe I'll leave up. You know what? We don't need to use the Flare right now, do we? Because if we go block, yeah, actually, not the Flare, but the Righteous Blow. If we go block, and he just plays Guardian's Pledge, it's pretty tough for us to come back from that because we have no more board. So I think I will just play the Thraben Inspector, play a land, and pass. And then if he doesn't attack us, on the ground, we can just cycle our clue artifact. I always call it a clue stone. Whatever, clue token. 4 cards. He's got some beautiful lands, huh? From Zendikar. Full art looks awesome online. Arts look pretty good too, though. Let's be honest. This is the original. That is not good. Okay, yeah, I think this matchup actually kind of screws us. Because our sweeper of choice is Holy Light. And I don't know if you've read the text on Holy Light lately. It doesn't do anything. And we can't draw into like a Mana Tithe or something like that. It's just not going to happen. So this is no good. Alright, I'm just going to do this right now. Somehow we're still ahead on time. It took me a while to even start this match, but... Ooh, terrible draw as well. Well, maybe we can make something happen, but we're definitely in a weird position. I think I want to bounce the Inspector, replay him, and then also leave up Righteous Blow. Oh man, I don't even know if we can afford to do all that. Yeah, I think that's it. I am actually going to attack with 1. If he wants to double block it, I'm cool with that, but The tricky part is going to be surviving long enough to get all this card advantage to work for us. So we'll see. We don't have a lot of time here, but maybe we can make something happen. We're kind of lucky that he didn't find his other Squadron Hawks. I think we'd be in even more trouble than we currently are. So now he's deciding whether or not he wants to suicide his guys, and we're going to start using random pieces of removal to get tokens out of the air, the sky. And I'm going to drink some more coffee because the opponent is tanking a lot, actually. Oh, here comes the attack. It's going to be a suicide. Alright. Well, the problem here is this really looks like Guardian's Pledge. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is just blocking with one Inspector and one Skyfisher. Then if he goes with Pledge, I think I'll let the Skyfisher die, kill one of these guys. I'll take 12, and then I can Mortuary Mire my Skyfisher, even though I might not have a lot of time left at that point. So yeah, here he goes. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, Rally the Peasants. So that's not as bad. I'm still going to use this, though. Well, I'll let the Rally the Peasants resolve. That's actually even better for us, because his guys don't survive. Alright, we might actually have a chance. If he's playing Rally the Peasants instead of Guardian's Pledge, now we're still taking 12, but the world's not over here. Oh, and I also get to draw. So this is interesting. I get to Mortuary Mire. I get to do a couple things. So I get to journey the token. I'm actually going to Skyfisher the journey and then Mortuary Mire the other Skyfisher. We actually may have just won the game here, because if he doesn't have another a rally or a way to flash back the rally, we're about to take everything out of the air. So by some fluke of nature, we may have actually just been able to stabilize. And there's a couple things I can do. I can bounce the Mortuary Mire if I want, but I think for now I'll do it like this. We're going to have a lot of card draw card draw coming up. Opponent seems to be a little bit flooded, and he doesn't have an insane board presence. I think I will just bounce the Mire, because then if this guy dies, that's not good. Well, we're getting set up for some more craziness. Maybe we do have to bounce the journey after all. Oh man, triplicate spirits, really? Okay, we're not gonna win. We have no answer for that. I don't think I can even survive the attack, can I? I'm not 6, I'm not at 3. But if his last card's Rally the Peasants, then it's not going to matter. But I am at 6 rather than 3, which is kind of... That's okay. Yeah, I think that's our only line of play. I could Maybe I have to journey Skyfish or the Plains and leave up Celestial Flare. Yeah, I think that's what I have to do. It's almost categorically the worst use of our Skyfisher, but it's completely necessary now. So our life total is so low. Prismatic Strands actually might help us a little bit when he goes for a big gather or rally the peasants attack. So we'll have to see. This also gives us a cycling option. Okay. Well, he's still adding to the board instead of trying to go for a kill, so that leads me to believe that his Rally the Peasants is not... He's not holding another one. Let's see if he figures out the search this time. It'd be kind of funny if he doesn't. No, he got it. He got it. Alright, so 2 Hawks, 1 Unknown. 1 Hawk, 1 Unknown. And we're basically in an unwinnable position. But we'll do what we can. Sure. So the logical play would just be attack me with everything you have, I think. If you're gonna attack, you attack with everything. So we are gonna take a bunch of damage, probably lose this game. We don't have a lot to board in either. This is one sort of strategy that we don't really have much we can do against, so... We're still gonna keep plodding along here. And we're taking 3, but hopefully not losing any guys. We got a super dead card in hand. Sanctifiers doesn't really do anything. He's got 5 attackers to our 3 blockers, so we can afford to draw some cards. I don't really see a reason to play the Sanctifiers right now, so I'm going to draw some cards and see what we find. Thraben Inspector doesn't really do much. I mean, I will play it at this point. So it looks like we're pretty dead. That's by the looks of things we're going to 1. If he has a journey, we're going to lose anyway, so I think we can attack with our Thraben Inspector. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. If he has a journey, he can just take out a flyer, and then we'll take more damage than we can afford to, so... He has to basically have nothing that pumps power or removes a creature. Still Hawk and 1 Unknown, so... I think our draw off the top has to be Squadron Hawk. I think that's the only way we... And even then, I'm not sure that we live. I think we would live because we'd have 3... We could play 3 Hawks. So, we gotta draw Squadron Hawk. I think, and he has to have nothing. Looks like maybe he has nothing, but also, who knows? There's actually no reason to attack with this guy. You're just giving him up. I take the same amount of damage either way, so you're actually just giving me a free guy. Okay, Squadron Hawk. Let's see ya. Let's see ya. Actually, any flyer keeps me in the game. Maybe. Oh, never mind. He's got something else. We're still okay. We just need a flyer. Any flyer or journey. Okay, so we're actually alive here. For the time being. I am going to cycle first. And there's a Skyfisher. So I could pick up this journey and replay it. Okay, we're actually stable at 1 life. I'm kind of losing my mind here. It doesn't mean, we're temporarily stable. It doesn't mean we're completely stable. So to me, I want to use the journey while we have it. Okay, so the reason we're going to use it is because this keeps us alive even if he has a removal spell. It gives us 5 blockers to 4 attackers. So I'm not going to make an attack yet. I'm going to play around a removal spell getting us. Even though it doesn't seem like he has any removal spells in hand. So now, obviously he could find more token producers and just get around us, but we're at least not imminently doomed. And we could still draw our own Squadron Hawks, and if we do that, I think we can potentially win the game here. So we need to start doing something, that's for sure. Okay, so he has no attacks, apparently. So I'm going to cycle first. And we have another Core Skyfisher, so I think I'll bounce the Mortuary Mire. So yeah, do I want to use a Journey to Nowhere on another Hawk? I think so, because it allows me to get in for more attacks. And I could play the Mire now to get an Inspector if I want, or I could wait on it. But, so okay, if I take out, if I take out 1 Hawk, I get to attack with 2 Core Skyfishers. But let me make sure this is going to resolve. I actually feel like we have a decent shot here. I could also decide to attack with an Inspector and just bounce and replay it. I think I'll do that. Because bouncing the Mortuary Mire, if I just play the Mire now, I'm getting an Inspector anyway. Oh no, he has Raise the Alarm. Ooh, I didn't think about that. I may have just screwed up here. Oh god, he has Raise the Alarm. Oh my lord. So he now, whoa, he's blocking? Oh, if he's blocking, then okay. Oh, wow. He's now defensive. Well, lucky for me, I'm about to put 2 more blockers up. If he had just taken all the damage, I think he would have beaten me there. He just gave up 2 creatures. So he would have had 5 attackers to my 4 blockers. Wow. So, thankfully, we're still in this. We would have been finished there. I think he just missed his window. Now, that was his second Raise the Alarm, so I can't really play around a third. It's debatable. I possibly should have played around that one. Yeah, we got to get something going here. I don't think I'm playing around a removal spell. However, I have another creature, so it's a little null and void at the moment. I can basically attack with 2 guys, 3 guys. See what I draw, I guess. Okay, I'm going to cycle this again. This is a plane, so I can cycle this now. Origin Spellbomb versus Core Sanctifiers. I guess I can do this one. It costs 3 mana to cycle. Or Sanctifiers, we might be able to get a Journey to Nowhere from him, or a Lumithread Field. Ooh, there's the ticket. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so I just have to be very careful here not to lose. So he has 4 attackers. If I leave up 5 blockers, I'm safe. So I will only attack for 4 damage. And if we just play super safe for the next few turns, I think we can actually win this game. And that's a huge boost, especially because the opponent is so slow on the clock that we might actually have something here. We've actually got him in 2 swings, because we can attack for 6 in the air and 6 in the air. Ah, ha ha! So this is perfect if he takes a Skyfisher out, because then we can blow up the Journey. Wow, we have the answer to everything. And then we can bounce something, maybe Mortuary Mire, maybe something else. So this doesn't actually accomplish too much for him. See, I played around the Journey just at the right time. He did have us dead with that Raise the Alarm, but and he doesn't even attack. Okay, cool. Now we have a Journey. So what I can do is Journey a token, blow up his Journey, and then get the Journey back. So I will have 2 more. So I basically need 5 blockers on the table again, and I'm about to add 2 more to the board. So, and take away 1 of his. So I think I can attack with the 3 core Skyfishers, and that puts him dead next turn. I think we've just done it, folks. I'm actually kind of surprised he didn't attack me with Doom Traveler to get a flyer. And I don't think I've messed this up in any way, so the Journey would be good for his Doom Traveler, but because I'm going to be getting my core Skyfisher back, I think I might as well do it this way. We are so lucky to win this game. I mean, I can't tell you how lucky we are. Especially because our opponent is playing so slowly, I think it's actually going to give us the opportunity to win the entire match. So let's say they won this game with that Raise the Alarm. We would have been ahead on the clock, but still potentially had a problem in stopping our opponent from just getting a fluke, not a fluke win, but just a busted nut draw type of win against us in game 2 or 3. But now the opponent needs to get 2 very quick wins against us, and it's just not going to happen. Well, at least winning this game is not going to happen, because we're stabilized at 1 life, apparently, unless I'm missing something. Opponent might have like another Battle Screech, but okay, I'm going to F6, and I think we can end up winning this game. So, just barely squeaking by here. We need to take Sunlance out of the deck. That's for dang sure. No, he can't survive anything. Because there's a guaranteed 4 damage in the air, and then everything else just stops him cold, so. Plus we have Serrated Arrows, we have Journey, and we can almost wipe out his entire board. I don't want to show him Serrated Arrows, but we do have it. Cool. So somehow, some way, I mean, we might still lose this match. Let's be honest. The opponent's got quite a lot that could slow us down. I'm not entirely sold on Mana Tithe here. Caravan Escort might be a little too slow and mana heavy. I think Viridian Longbow is a must. But we don't have really anything to bring in either. We have Prismatic Strands, which might buy some time against Rally the Peasant. It's basically a counterspell to Rally the Peasants. It's a double counterspell. So I think that's good. And then we have basically nothing else. So we can play Mana Tithe if we want. We can play Lone Missionary if we want. Doesn't do much. I mean, just trades with half of a Raise the Alarm on the ground. So I guess it's... I mean, Leave No Trace actually wipes out all of our stuff too. So I think it's Mana Tithe. And we just hope that somehow we can catch something. It's going to be very interesting. I think we might struggle here. I think he's going to be better after board. He's going to have Sundering Growths or something for our Journeys and Oblivion Rings. And that's not good for us. We didn't really add anything to our game plan. I mean, if we can get a longbow and a serrated arrows down, okay, then we can talk. But what did we add to our deck, really? Prismatic Strands? Okay, that actually might be good. We'll have to see. I think it actually might be good. So, we never saw Squadron Hawk. That was even more impressive. We were able to... We stopped a Triplicate Spirits, a Battle Screech, 4 Squadron Hawks, 2 Raise the Alarms, a Gather the Townsfolk, and somehow still survived. We're going to keep this hand. It's got a lot of removal. It does have Hawks, which I like. So, I think we're actually... This is a decent hand for us. Especially because he did not lead on Doom Traveler, or did he? Come on, no! Well, we have a Journey. Well, Celestial Flare, not the best card in this matchup, but what are you going to do? So maybe he misses a land. Oh, he missed his attack. That's good. Yeah, he's really starting to panic, I think. Not panic, and not really starting to panic, but he's getting a little miffed here. Well, if that's all you're doing, I think I'll just Journey the Doom Traveler now. We're not going to really have a better Journey target. And if he has Sundering Growth, he's not going to get any value of it right now. Now, he might later, and that would be bad, but until that time comes, we're going to just keep trucking here. It's kind of cool artwork. Okay, let's see what else he's working with. When in doubt, cut down the aggressor's board position. It's not a hard and fast rule. It's not a rule you can always depend on. But it's certainly not terrible either. So I'm just going to play Squadron Hawk. This is clearly Raise the Alarm, but we can't do a whole lot. I'm just going to auto-yield to that. If our opponent does not auto-yield to it, it's going to hurt their clock even more. So I'm predicting a victory for us by way of timeout, actually. If you think about how much time the opponent has spent just on a single game, getting through 2 more games is going to be damn near miraculous for our opponent to do. So, no Raise the Alarm. Okay, so we're looking at Battle Screech. Was my guess. Journey to Nowhere on my Squadron Hawk. Okay. Well, that is something. Yeah, opponent is in almost in desperation mode. I can kind of tell just by the lines of play. And I think I'm going to play Hawk and leave up Celestial Flare. I guess I don't really need to leave up Celestial Flare, do I? Opponent's got 1 Soul Warden on the board at the moment. I think we're okay. And And I'm going to do this to soak up any other removal, and also just to have more blockers for something like Raise the Alarm. And I'll say no to that search because we've got all the hawks out of our library. This time it looks like there is a Raise the Alarm. Nope. Opponent just doesn't have the Raise the Alarm. Opponent is also considerably flooded. 2 cards left. They don't seem to be able to get anything going here. I'm just not seeing much of anything. That has to be their most recent draw. And I think I can start attacking them with a guy or something. Yeah, I can attack with one guy. And this Mana Tide is going to be pretty much dead. So I'm going to go land Skyfisher, getting back my Ichor Wellspring. Well, we've got a better board position than the opponent, and they're gaining life basically every turn, but that's only going to last so long. It's repeatable life gain, but it's conditional nonetheless, and therefore it's going to be temporary. And in a bind, we can situate something that ends up killing all the Soul Wardens, or we end up finding a Viridian Longbow or something. Now, he might be holding Sundering Growth and just be sitting on it till he actually gets some sort of tokens around. And I will burn this Mana Tithe on anything I possibly can. Okay, there's a Journey to Nowhere. It's going to eat up Core Skyfisher. And maybe he'll go land Triplicate Spirits and we can counter it. Yeah. At this rate, there is absolutely no way our opponent wins 2 games before they run out of time. That's one thing about MTGO is if you're newer, or you don't really learn this, but learning the F keys really is kind of critical. I remember the first time I played a 2-man queue, I was playing Blue-Red Cloud Post at my friend's house, and so we were both running through different lines of play and considering things. We were playing against Affinity, and I wasn't what you would call a master with F keys. So we ended up timing out, I think, probably game 2 or game 3 of that match. Oh, look, I get to Mana Tithe something. And the only reason I'm Mana Tithing this is because it's going to be the only thing I'm going to be able to Mana Tithe. So, and that was just a silly play anyway. It's almost not worth Mana Tithing, but the Mana Tithe is going to be dead otherwise, so yeah, opponent's kind of lost right now. They're just out in the woods with no way to get home. They are lost. Okay, cycle. Okay, at this point I'll even attack my opponent. It's not really doing much other than offsetting some of the life gain, but we're doing just fine. The amount of velocity in our deck is actually a little bit better than I thought or remembered it being, because I did play this I think once or twice in tournament practice or something. We'll say no to this. But in this match in particular, we're seeing new cards pretty regularly, so that's definitely a good thing. to go down to the crossroads here and try to flag a ride. Gain 2 life, not that it's going to matter. Opponent's got 4 minutes to win 2 games, and this game they are super far behind in currently. And I think things are looking good here. I'm willing to just block. Even if it's another rally, I mean, the creatures trade off. We haven't seen any Fortify or Guardian's Pledge, so I'm not too concerned about that. Yeah, it is a rally. So I guess the opponent never found a red source to flash these back. I have to assume they're playing some kind of red source, but hey, maybe they're not. Oh, there it is. Boros Garrison. And they have just a plains left in their hand, so we're doing great. We can kind of we can play a little more recklessly, at least for this turn. We can kind of so yeah, I'll do this main phase. Gets me a guy and a card, so it's only 1 more mana than cracking the clue token. So I'll do it now. I'll say yes, and see what we draw. We draw another Spell Bomb. Okay, so I'll just play that Spell Bomb and pass the turn. And on end step, we can certainly make a new one. So this matchup, I think overall, is not necessarily good. I think that first game we actually legitimately should have lost, and this match should be continuing because the opponent technically should have been able to maintain their clock, but now we're dealing in the real world, and that was not the case. So we end up winning this match, and that leads me to decide or want to continue playing with this specific list and not changing it up, and we'll see what we can do in another match. So thank you for watching, guys.